Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are back today for this week's Crochet Catch Up, and that is where I catch you up on all the crochet that I have managed to do in the past week. Now, there is a little bit to show you, and I got a little bit distracted along the way, and I will let you know what I mean when I get there. So, I have 2 whips to share with you, and I have, drum roll please, 7 FOs to show you. That was the distraction. Anyway, let's jump straight into it, shall we? Now, last week I set myself some goals of where I wanted to be on some of my whips. 2 of those goals I managed to complete, and 2 of the goals I didn't. So 50% success. Isn't brilliant, but isn't terrible. Now, the first whip that I want to share with you is one of the baby blankets that I am currently making. And this baby blanket will eventually get sent to my gorgeous, beautiful friend, Christina, over at Bella Uncinetto. If you are not familiar with Christina, please go and make yourself familiar. She is an absolutely beautiful, wonderful person. She has some really awesome content on her channel. She is needing some watch hours. She is needing some new family members. And as a favour to me, please do go over and check her out. Because, guys, in 2 days' time, on Saturday, it will be both mine and her birthday. Yes, we are birthday twins. We share the same birthday. I am not going to divulge how old Christina is going to be, but I am going to be 38. I don't mind telling you my age. And when I met Christina, we realised that we had quite a few spooky similarities with special dates, etc. So yes, fun fact, myself and Christina share the same birthday. Now, she has a friend on the military base that she works on. So Christina is located in Sicily, but she works on an American military base teaching. And one of her friends has decided that it would be a really lovely thing to make up hampers for those mums on base that are expecting babies. Now, the one way I thought that I could help with this hamper drive is to make some baby blankets to send over. I have the squares of 2 blankets that need putting together still. No, I still haven't done it. I have a real aversion to putting squares together. I really don't know why I keep making squares, because I just don't ever want to put it all together and finish it off. I am going to need to do that soon because they are piling up and getting in my way and annoying my family. So yes, that is on the to-do list. So there are 2 blankets worth ready to be done. But this blanket I am making out of yarn that I specifically bought for this purpose. Back at the beginning of the year, I did a bumper haul from the Knitting Network here in the UK. They do ship internationally, so I'll put a link to the Knitting Network down in my description box as well if you want to check them out. Not trying to enable you. I am not sponsored or affiliated in any way. It really doesn't bother me if you purchase from them or not, but I do like to give you access to the things that I talk about when I can. And I did buy a pack of 5 of these cakes. These are the Sunflower Spectrum DK. Lots of beautiful shades of blues and greys and whites. These are 100 gram cakes, approximately 360 meters or 394 yards. They are 100% acrylic, made in Turkey. They recommend 4mm knitting needles. There is no hook recommendation. Machine wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not iron, do not tumble, do not bleach. They're acrylic, guys. As long as you tumble dry low, they should be absolutely fine. And this one is in the colour 013 or Zodiac. So I did, in that bumper haul, I bought 40 cakes right at the beginning of the year. Well, I actually purchased them at the end of 2024, but they arrived at the beginning of the year. And I bought several colorways in several quantities. And yeah, it was a 40 cake haul. So just for fun, I might see if I can find that video and link it down below as well. But yes, I specifically bought these cakes for this purpose. I have already put one complete cake into this blanket, and my goal was to put one whole other cake in. So actually, I only completed one goal from last week. So actually, I'm at 25%, which is really bad. But I did manage to get a smidgy bit more. This is the second cake at the moment, so there's still quite a bit in there, guys. And I am using a pattern from the gorgeous Jen over at Cinnamon Stitches. I am pretty sure all of you who watch me are already familiar with Cinnamon Stitches, but just on the off chance that you are not, I am going to also put Jen Cinnamon Stitches link in the description box as well. Go and check her out. She's fabulous. I love and adore her. She is just my person, and she even designed and named a hat after me. Just saying, still one of the peak highlights of my crochet YouTube journey so far. But she gets awkward when people gush all over her. So yeah, she's all right. You know I love you really, Jen. Right, okay, so I am using her tutorial for her Ashley cowl. I actually made the Ashley cowl a little while ago, earlier this year. But I am just using the stitch repeat. I've extended it and made it bigger, and I'm just going until all 5 cakes are in this blanket. I don't know whether I'm putting a border on this blanket yet or not. We shall see when we get there, but I do want to put all 5 cakes into this blanket. I will put a link to that specific tutorial down below as well. She gives you the stitch multiple. She tells you how to make it bigger or smaller. She is absolutely amazing, like I keep saying. So you are more than capable of making bigger or smaller items using that particular stitch multiple that she uses. So I am still attached. I need to be careful. The red stitch marker is where I left off last time I showed it. It's not loads of progress, but it's progress. So there is the stitch marker there, and I have done everything above that. So from here up. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. Better than nothing. At least it got some love. And this is the baby blanket folded in half. It is a chevron or a ripple. I don't know the difference between a chevron or a ripple, so I don't actually know which one it is, but it's one of them. And so when it is fully extended, it is a really, so from that arm, wrong way, to that arm, it is going to be quite a lovely sized baby blanket. I love the shades of blue. Christina's favourite colour is blue, so it felt appropriate as well. And I am overdosing myself on pinks and rainbows and Manfa-esque type projects with other projects, so I wanted to switch it out a bit and do something in a different colour palette. So that is where we are so far with this one. Loving it. I'm addicted to it. Wish I had more time to work on it. But because I work full time and I've got 4 kids and I've got a Mike and a dog and a cat and, you know, life, adulting, all of that necessary stuff, I don't get as much time to work on all my beautiful projects as I wish. Now for that baby blanket, I am using my 5mm dots, the darker blue, which matches the blanket lovely. That was more luck than judgment. Yes, so that is my first whip. So I will move the stitch marker up and we'll see if it gets any more love this coming week. I don't know whether it will, and I've decided I am not going to give goals this week. apart from one thing. 2 things maybe. So that is one of my whips. Now the other whip is again to do with Christina. I know I'm talking about her a lot, right? That's just how fabulous she is. We are doing a collaboration this year called Manfa Mals, and I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway, just in case. So we were talking at the end of last year, beginning of this one, can't quite remember, saying how we loved doing our previous collaborations. We did Manfella versus Koji, we did Manfella versus Question Mark, and we really had a lot of fun, and we didn't know whether we were going to do something along the same lines or whether we were going to switch it up. Anyway, after lots of talking, because we can talk for hours when we get together, which is amazing, we decided to switch it up and do something slightly different. I have made a pledge this year that I'm going to learn how to say no, and that I'm not going to get myself involved in 1,000,001 things that stress me out and pressure me to keep up and get it done and just be all panic stations all year long. I wanted to chill out a bit. I want to enjoy what I make, and I want to have full conscious awareness of what I'm getting myself into. So we decided to pick 4 things that we can take the whole year to complete. If we complete them all, great. If we don't, that's okay. No stress, no pressure. That is our kind of key thing this year. We're both really busy ladies. And we picked 4 things. Now, the one I'm making is very project specific. The other 3 are not so much. And what they are is the one I'm making, which is the Asteria doily. I'll show you my progress on that in just a second. That is the specific project. We both had the pattern. We both wanted to make it. We've been sitting on it for a year or 2, and we thought now's the time to pull it out and get it done. Another project, which is the first project that Christina did, was make something from our label, our library segments that we do. She has actually completed that first project. Go check it out. It's so cute and adorable. I love it. The other project is what she's working on currently now, which is a cushion cover for each other. Don't have to stuff it with the cushion. And it can be any cushion cover design that we choose, but it's to be gifted to the other. So Christina is making a cushion cover currently for me. I am choosing not to watch her progress on that make because I want a surprise. I want to be able to open it on a video and give you my reaction to it firsthand and originally. So I don't want to spoil that surprise. And then the final thing is we are going to use some of our subscription yarns. Christina has different subscriptions to what I do, but it was a good incentive for us to pull those subscription yarns out and actually turn them into something. So those are the 4 things that we plan to do over the course of the year. However, we put another twist on it to shake it up a little bit more and make it even more interesting. And also to encourage you guys to keep coming back to our channels. We decided to put all 4 things on a bit of paper in envelopes, seal them up. Don't know which one's in which envelope because the envelopes are not marked at all, okay? We are then getting each other's child to pick each other's projects. So my Max is picking Christina's projects, and Christina's Sparkle, not her real name, that's her YouTube name, Sparkle is picking my projects. Now, because Sparkle picked the Asteria for me first, I have taken a lot longer to complete my first project, but that is amazing because when I get that done, the other projects hopefully won't be quite so intense and complex, and I can, you know, get a move on and get some of the others done. So, like I said, Sparkle picked the Asteria for me. Now, when we complete a project, we will put the envelopes out for the children to pick again, and we upload a short of the project that is picked. So, Max has picked twice now for Christina. Sparkle has only picked once for me, but I am hoping that very, very soon this project will be completed. Now, for the Asteria doily, what am I using? Well, I am using my 3.5mm dots. Yep, the lime green one. And I am using one of my cotton cakes, and I actually asked you guys to pick which cotton cake to use. Now, if I can get my fingers to work, it was either this one, or the one that you actually picked. The one you actually picked is this one here. It is gorgeous, so Manfa. And it is a Cotton Kings Sultan from Hobby, however you say it. Okay, it is a 200-gram cake, or 7 ounces. There are 800 meters or 874 yards. It is 100% cotton. They recommend a 2.5 to a 3.5 millimeter needle and a 3.5 to a 4 millimeter hook. It is a fine weight number 2. Wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not bleach, do not tumble, do not iron. You can pee. And it's made in India with the Ecotex stamp of approval, and it is colour 29. It is stunning. And I decided, I've got 2 of these because I didn't know whether one was going to be enough. I decided to work from the outside in. So I started off with this gorgeous coral, peaches, yellows, greens, and then blues into purples. That is how I have decided to utilise this cake. I do have the printed pattern. Here it is. But very quickly into using this, I abandoned it. The person that wrote this pattern, I believe English is not her first language, so I believe certain things got lost in translation, and that is absolutely fine. I went online and I found video tutorials of how to make this. The first tutorial that I found, I didn't get along with at all. The next tutorial that I found is broken into 4 or 5 parts, and it is the tutorial that is delivered by Crochet Mahabazri. Please be warned that for me, the background music is absolutely intensely irritating, but that is a Manfa thing, and I can turn the volume down and just watch without having the music in the background. And sometimes the instructions that are put on the screen isn't always what she does with her hands. I have had to fudge this to within an inch of its life to make it work, but I have made it work. Now, last week when I showed you my progress on this one, I told you that I only had 2 tiers left out of 9 tiers. I now only have 1 tier left. I got a whole tier done. So this is one of the goals that I did manage to smash. Now, I would have been able to have got my other goals done if I hadn't have got distracted with the last thing that I'm going to show you in a minute. All will be revealed and understood in just a second. But guys, this, even though this has been tricky, it has been frustrating, I have had to fudge a lot. I have had to abandon my pattern and watch a crochet tutorial online. Bear with me 1 second. Rolo! Sorry, he is clearly very itchy scratchy today. Do apologise. There's been a lot going against me for this, but I have fudged it and I have made it work. And do you know what? All of that struggle, all of that frustration, the end result was worth some of the trauma. It is absolutely stunning. I am totally and utterly in love with it. And it makes it all worthwhile to see how beautiful it is turning out. Now, this is what I have left of my cake. So let's put it up against the full one. Oh, sorry. And you will see I have done a lot of stitching on this. That's all I've got left. And I've got 1 tier left to do, so I think I'm going to make it and have some leftovers. But this is just, in my opinion, absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. Look at that. I mean, Yes, I've still got to do one more tier. Yes, I've still got to get it on a hoop. But this is so detailed, so intricate, so stunningly beautiful in this colourway, if I do say so myself. I just love everything about it. I really, really do. I am so proud of myself for persevering and getting it done. So, where's me stitch marker? Last time I had finished this tier here, and as you can see, I have gone another tier on. I have one more tier to do, and this beautiful, beautiful piece of crochet art will be completed. I am so excited to get it done. I am so excited to get it on a hoop and displayed on my wall. And I think I'm going to put it in this room somewhere where I can look at it and see it all the time. I'm not quite sure where, but I think that's what we're going to do. So hopefully, guys, next week I can show you the completed doily. Let's bring you in for a closer look at some of the stitches. Yes, those are puffs. There's popcorns in there as well. Isn't it just gorgeous though? I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of it. So I am going to make this goal and this goal only for this week. I am getting that done. And then Miss Sparkle needs to pick me my next Manfella make. And I am so excited for that. Okay. So they're the only two whips that I have worked on. I have done no more crochet hearts for Hearts Healing Hearts for charity. I need to get on that. I have put no more work into my Christmas mosaic blanket, the Yuletide. They have had no love at all. And that is because a work colleague of mine put in a request of me and I just couldn't say no. So she is a teaching assistant in one of the classrooms at school. She's a gorgeous person. I love her to bits and pieces. And she is currently doing a project with her class alongside teachers and things on, I think it's marine life. I may have got that wrong. It's to do with stuff under the sea. All right. I'm not a teacher. She has managed to get a couple of her students really into doing some watercolours and some paintings of some jellyfish. And what these girls are producing is stunning, beautiful artwork, beautiful artwork. And one of the things that we do in the school that I work in is we have this thing called beautiful work. And that is where the projects that the students do every half term, they get displayed when they're completed until the next project is done, and then that gets displayed. So as part of their beautiful work display, my colleague asked if I could crochet some items to go on the display. Obviously, the children are not going to get credit because they obviously didn't make them, but it will be part of the display. But once the display gets taken down, each of the 6 girls in that classroom get to keep one of the things that I have been asked to make. That makes my heart happy because 6 of the kids at the school I work in will have something that I have made. We're not normally allowed to gift the students with anything, just like they cannot gift us with anything. But because these are being done for display purposes, and this teaching assistant has no need for 6 of the same thing, we managed to get around that, and these girls will be able to keep my creations. I was only asked to do this Wednesday of last week. I did complete them Saturday of last week, but I needed to get them filmed and showcased to you for my YouTube channel. But I am filming this on Sunday, the 16th of March. and I will be giving them to them tomorrow on Monday. Obviously, you're seeing this a few days after that, so by the time you're seeing this, these will be gifted. So I needed to get them done before this crochet catch up. That is why the other things didn't get any love. I am just so incredibly honoured and touched that my colleague thinks that my crochet is good enough to ask for my work. My heart is so happy that 6 of the children get to have something from me indirectly. My colleague offered to reimburse the cost of the yarn that I've used, which no. I have enough yarn. You don't need to give me any money. I love to crochet. You don't need to pay me to do that. I am doing this because I want to do this. But not only did I make the 6 things that she requested, I made an extra something for my colleague, which is totally not in theme, not the same item at all, but is totally something that she's going to love, I hope. Anyway, stop talking about it, Sam, and show it. So basically, I asked Mike, in this corner here is normally another tote filled with cotton. It's not there at the moment because it's currently behind you on my sofa because I've been dipping into it for the last few days. I pulled out several different colours of cotton. Some of it was the Hobie Rainbow. Some of it was just a mishmash. There was some Rikarumi cotton. Lots of different cottons, that's what I'm going to tell you. There was a little bit of Red Heart. There was a little bit of Devanti from the range here in the UK. It is a hodgepodge, and that is because she wanted each of the children to have a different colour. Now, I'm just going to pop the extra something that I made for her to one side. I am going to get out of my bag the 6 items that I have made for the children, hopefully without giving you a sneak peek. And these were really lovely little distractions for me. And I did mention that I am getting the itch to do amigurumi, and this landed in my lap right at the right time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this definitely scratched that amigurumi itch that I had. Now, these were such cute, quick makes. It is not even funny, okay? So I have been making 6 jellyfish, okay? Now, I will link the tutorial that I used in my description box, and it is ETM's Studio No Sew Jellyfish and Octopus tutorial. Obviously, I didn't do the octopus. I did the jellyfish. And then / Ocean Bag Charm. Okay, so it's no sew as well, which was just amazing. The thing I made for my colleague did have sew in, but I love her, she's worth it. But the 6 jellyfish that I made were no sew. And I am absolutely in love with this pattern. And if I was ever going to be doing a crochet market stall or, you know, have an Etsy shop or anything, which I'm not, these would definitely be something that I make because they don't take very long. There is no sewing whatsoever, and I just love them. Now, this one is a lot bigger than the other 5, so there might be a little bit of squabbling over who gets the biggest one, but different cottons, you know. And I turn them all into keychains. There's 6 different colours. This is the guy that I started with, Mr. Green. There he is. He's got all of his tentacles and he's got his little frill. I did give them all little cheek blush highlights. So there's one keychain. The colour is not accurate on my camera. It's a bit more of a vibrant forest green than what you're seeing. But there is the green jellyfish. Then I made Mr. Orange. Quite a bit smaller. So the rest of them are all this size. This is the only big one, but it's okay. So again, all of his tentacles, his little frill, his little cheek blushes. But there is one in orange, and you can fiddle around with the tentacles to make them look better. But there is Mr. Orange. Then I made Miss Purple. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Then I made Mr. Blue. Love that it's no-so. Can't tell you that enough. Then I made pink to make the boys wink, which is clearly my favourite because pink is my favourite colour. There she is. And finally, I made Mellow Yellow. So cute, so quick, so adorable, no stress. Really enjoyed it, and it really did scratch that amigurumi itch that I had. So let's see if I can showcase them all together for you. And they're not in the order that I showed them, but that's okay. They're probably not all going to be facing the same way, but again, that's okay. But just so that you can see them all together. Six gorgeous jellyfish. And I hope the girls in this class love them because I do. So there is 6 of my 7 FOs. They will, of course, be going towards my Craft Yourself free because they're finished and they can be weighed and whatever. Now, the teaching assistant that asked me to do that, I have sent her photos of the jellyfish. She absolutely loves them, which is always a bonus that what you have made is what the person asked for. She is obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. And a couple of months ago, she found me some little patterns for Winnie the Pooh characters. And I said, oh yeah, at some point I'll get around to it. Well, I made time to get around to it. Now, I did follow the little pattern that she found. I couldn't see who to credit the pattern to. So this is not my design, it is somebody else's design, but I did have to tweak it quite a bit because there were a couple of mistakes. I'm not sure if this looks very Winnie the Pooh. Mike said it looks more like the old school vintage Winnie the Pooh before it was proper cartoonified. I hope she likes it. I'm not 100% happy with it. But here is Winnie the Pooh. So she has her own keychain or bag charm. That is not a jellyfish. I had to make my own pattern up for the ears though, because there was no ears included in the pattern that I followed. So they do look a bit odd. I think it makes him look a bit mousy, but it's the best I could do in the time frame that I had. So obviously Winnie the Pooh yellow and red for his top. And I did my best. Is it 100% Winnie the Pooh? No. Can you see what I was trying to go for? Yes. Is it quite big for a bag charm? Yes. Is she going to care about that? No. So hopefully she will love him. And if not, I will try and find a nicer Winnie the Pooh pattern for her. But there we go. That is my 7th FO for this week. And again, he can count for Craft Myself free and be weighed and put into this month's totals. So I need to update my project book because I haven't put the jellyfish or Winnie the Pooh in there. I want to get the last tier of the Asteria doily done this week and completed for next. I would love to get that second cake into that baby blanket, but I just don't know. I would love to get the squares put together for the other 2 baby blankets, but I just don't know. And of course, I'd love to put some love into the mosaic blanket as well. But what will happen in the coming week is what will happen in the coming week. And I am not going to stress my little heart about it because is it life-changing? No. Is it life destroying if it doesn't happen? No. So we're just going to go. We're going to go with the flow and get done what I can. But yeah, my crochet time is very limited and I can only do what I can do. So there we go. 2 lots of progress on 2 whips and 7 FOs. Not too shabby, even if I do say so myself. So remember, check out the people that I've linked in the description box. Check out the tutorials that I have linked as well if you're interested in doing it yourself. Obviously, in 2 days' time, as you're watching this, it is going to be my birthday. I don't know if there are any plans. I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything exciting. What will be, will be. And yes, I'll be another year older, but that's okay. I'm just glad that I'm here to have more years. And all my kids are home, so I get to spend my birthday with everyone. And on the Sunday, we will be at my parents', where I will have a lovely roast dinner cooked for me. My mum is going to be making me one of the favourite desserts that she makes, which is a homemade pavlova with fresh fruit and cream. That is my birthday treat from my mum. And my 2 little nephews are going to be there. And actually, today when you are watching this, it is my littlest nephew's 3rd birthday. So we will be celebrating him on the Sunday at my mum's. A little bit of celebrating me, but more him, because hey, you got to celebrate those kids, right? He is lush. I have bought him a balance bike, a dino helmet, and all of like the safety pads and bits and bobs, and a couple of dinosaur themed games for him as well, because he is dino mad, that kid, and I love him with all my heart. I claim him as my own even though he's not. So yes, lots of quality family time coming up for me this weekend, lots of celebrations and lots of love. I hope that the weekend is a good one for you guys as well. And I will of course be back next week with my usual 4 videos for the week. So until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, like I'm going to. Get some good quality crafting time in, which I plan to. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Love you guys. See you soon.